one of the wildest and most feared organizations in Caribbean history. A group of guys that overcame adverse poverty, who developed and built millions of dollars in a short amount of time. But along the way, this crew sparked a thought-provoking controversy that still stirs heated debates in Jamaica.
Drake, free up world!
Boss, obviously, all day. Adi Medadi, free up world boss. Vybz Kartel is one of my biggest inspirations, one of my favorite artists.
Contrary to numerous artists who lead deceptive lives, frequently caught with counterfeit chains, artificial personas, or fabricated lifestyles,
and then I'm from behind me, out the staircase, hung. It was already supposed to happen.
Listen, I don't know what kind of gun that is.
No.
dancehall artists stand apart. They authentically depict the realities that their countrymen experience, diverging from the prevalent falsehoods in the industry.
What do you listen to?
The music I enjoy the most is actually, I like the Jamaican music because what they sing about, they mean. You know, when they say, if you look at me wrong, I'll empty the clip, you're like, yeah, whatever. But if you Google each Jamaican artist afterwards, they're usually telling the truth. And I respect that. So I like Skang is my favorite guy at the moment. I listen to Skang.
Anything to do with regret?
Hey, boy.
Don't call me boy.
In this video, you will hear some of the craziest stories you've ever heard. This is the story of Jamaica's Gaza Empire. But before we get into it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new. Let's dive into the story. It all starts on the island of Jamaica, which is a small island situated 1,000 miles to the south of the United States and 200 miles to the south of Cuba. The Gaza Empire was a notorious Jamaican gang and music group that was originally founded by Devra Bratt and then led by dancehall artist Vybz Kartel. The group originated in the Portmore area of Jamaica in the early 2000s and quickly gained a reputation for being one of the most feared and dangerous gangs in the country. The Gaza Empire consisted of a large number of members who were allegedly involved in various criminal activities, including drug trafficking, extortion, and murder. This perception was mainly due to the group's lyrics about violence, guns, and spending money, perpetuating a lifestyle to their fans that they actually lived. As more fans became devoted to Vybz Kartel, Jamaican politicians started using him as a scapegoat for their country's economic problems.
That you have a lot of attention, the attention of the youth. Some of these kids are not educated enough to understand.
But that would not be the fault of Vybz Kartel, that would be the fault of the system. That's what I'm trying to say. It has nothing to do with Vybz Kartel, the artist, skin bleaching. It has to do with the system.
But don't you think you have a role in that system?
No, I don't. Listen to me.
You don't have a role in
no,
you don't have a social responsibility?
No, Vybz Kartel has no social responsibility, but to deliver good quality music because I'm an entertainer.
Yeah.
Note well enough, I'm not a social leader, nor a political leader, nor a religious leader. Vybz Kartel is an entertainer.
Despite the fans believing that Kartel was beneficial for the nation and supporting him wholeheartedly, the government took an opposing stance. They initiated investigations in an attempt to find evidence of any crime committed by the artist. I mean, everybody was talking about Vybz Kartel. People like Drake, Wizkid, and even Beyonce have worked with him because of his songwriting skills.
My favorite artist of all time is a Jamaican artist. I think he's the best artist. There's no other artist on this earth that even comes within a centimeter of him. And it's Vybz Kartel.
Kartel's Gaza gang was labeled as controlling a significant portion of the illegal drug trade in Jamaica and were known to be heavily armed and dangerous. Vybz Kartel, whose real name is Adidja Azim Palmer, was raised in the Waterford district of Portmore, Jamaica. He attended Calabar High School in Kingston, where he was known for his artistic abilities and love of music. During his time in school, Kartel faced the challenges and realities of inner-city life. He experienced firsthand the harsh conditions and limited opportunities that many individuals in his community encountered. Despite facing challenges and obstacles, Kartel showed a deep love for music since he was young. He was highly regarded for his exceptional skills and was recognized as a brilliant mind in the field. As a result, he became one of the most accomplished and talked about artists in the history of Jamaican dancehall. Additionally, he mentored and supported other artists like Popcaan, helping them rise to fame on a global scale. Despite denouncing promoting violence and explaining to the media how his actions were mainly for entertainment purposes, as we see many artists do all the time. Yet still the stigma stuck with him for the rest of his career. However, allegedly in 2011, tragedy struck as Kartel in his late 30s at the time placed his trust in one of his close associates, Lizard. Lizard was believed to had crossed him. After being let down by his trusted friends, Vybz was filled with extreme disappointment. This left him with a dilemma of a lifetime as he reportedly grappled with the notion of seeking revenge on those he once considered friends. Kartel had allegedly entrusted Lizard with the task of securing firearms. These firearms were brand new and were worth big money on the black market. Initially, when the firearms went missing, Lizard avoided telling Kartel directly and attempted to search for and retrieve them himself. However, news of the missing firearms began to spread within the Portmore community and eventually reached vybz Kartel. He reportedly called Lizard and inquired about the whereabouts of the firearms, to which Lizard responded that he had hidden them in an uninhabited construction site and they were now missing. This response infuriated Kartel, as he believed Lizard was trying to deceive him. Reportedly, Kartel warned and threatened Lizard that if he did not return the firearms by 8 o'clock, it would be the end of him.
I'm going to tell the dog, yo, the boy, them I tell me, so they can't find two of my shoes in the dog. I kill one of them, you know, I give them till 8 o'clock to get one class shoes. As a dead blood clot, man, that, you know.
In one of the voice notes presented as evidence, Kartel can be heard accusing Lizard of taking a thing from Vybz and demanding that he return it. However, it is unclear from the evidence what exactly the thing was. Many assumed he was referring to firearms. Lizard was a member of Kartel's Gaza empire and was known to be a close associate of the musician. However, in August 2011, Lizard was reported missing, and it was soon discovered that he had been killed. Lizard was 29 at the time and grew up in the Waterford area of Portmore. Lizard had a criminal history and had been arrested several times on charges ranging from robbery to illegal possession of firearms. Despite his legal troubles, he was known to be close to Kartel and was reportedly a part of his inner circle of friends. Lizard's association with vybz Kartel ultimately proved fatal, as he was allegedly lured to vybz Kartel's house in August 2011. It's reported that Lizard was invited over Kartel's house on Swallowfield Road in Havendale. With the moon barely peeking through the clouds, Lizard heads over without realizing the danger that lurked within. As they enter the house, the hairs on Lizard's neck stand up. He could feel the tension in the air, but he would never expect what happened next. Allegedly, Vybz didn't invite him over for a friendly chat or to patch things up like old friends. Oh no, things were about to get intense. As soon as he walks through the door, he's hit with a sight straight out of a horror movie. Lizard is surrounded by Vybz crew, and allegedly they're all armed to the teeth with machetes, knives, ropes, and pickaxes. Lizard realizes too late that he's messed with the wrong crew. And just when we think things can't get any worse. A few days later, Lizard's fan reports him missing. It's August 16th, 2011, and the streets of Jamaica are buzzing with rumors of a body being found by police at Kartel's home. But little do they know that what the police attempted to pin on the entertainer is more chilling than anyone could have imagined. The prosecution's case rested entirely on circumstantial evidence, excluding any significant contribution from forensic analysis. In cases of murder, forensic teams possess the remarkable ability to detect even the most minute traces of evidence, such as microscopic particles of blood. If vybz Kartel was truly responsible for the murder at his home, the diligent work of the forensic team would have inevitably uncovered this evidence, leaving no room for cleaning it up, no matter how hard he tried. There have been allegations suggesting that vybz Kartel and his associates brutally attacked and murdered Lizard, dismembered his body, and fed it to dogs. However, it is important to note that these claims were nothing more than a fabricated narrative propagated by the media. Concrete evidence supporting these allegations was lacking. While it is important to acknowledge that not all police officers are corrupt, the existence of corrupt practices within the Jamaican police force has indeed damaged public trust and impeded effective crime-fighting efforts. Moreover, the Jamaican media has been criticized for repeatedly engaging in slanderous behavior, making concerted efforts to portray him as a criminal in order to boost their ratings. Presently, the Jamaican media rarely covers Kartel, and it is primarily through international news outlets that attempts are made to provide a different perspective and shed a more favorable light on his situation.
Now to a story that you'll only see on Fox 5. New concerns over the health and well-being of vybz Kartel.
That's right. We're learning that the king of dancehall is in ailing health. Fox 5's Lisa Evers spoke to his attorney and his family today. Lisa, what you're hearing is not good. What's the deal?
No, it is not, Stephen. Natasha's international music superstar vybz Kartel continues his fight for freedom in the courts. He's facing an urgent new challenge, his health and very survival. I obtained a sworn medical affidavit where his private doctor notified authorities that his Graves' disease and heart condition are getting worse.
It is disheartening to realize that sometimes it is one's own people who desire to witness their downfall. In 2021, Kartel's legal team conducted a comprehensive scientific investigation with the assistance of a digital forensic expert. This investigation successfully proved that Kartel was actually at a hospital during the time when the alleged murder took place. The evidence supporting his alibi came from the GPS metadata retrieved from his BlackBerry phone. Despite his incarceration, Kartel has achieved numerous musical successes. Through the release of several new songs since his sentencing, he has not only maintained his reputation as the esteemed king of the dancehall, but has also found love in the form of a new partner, who is soon to become his wife. Over the past 2 decades, Jamaica has experienced a significant surge in its murder rate, leading to the country being recognized as one of the highest in the Western Hemisphere. The city of Kingston has particularly gained a reputation as being the #1 most dangerous city in the Caribbean. The growing violence in Jamaica poses a serious threat to its citizens, including retirees who are now living in fear for their safety. It is essential to recognize that Jamaica faces larger issues than vybz Kartel's music. While politicians continue to prioritize their own interests, such as lining their pockets with salary increases, they often shift blame onto entertainers, disregarding the underlying problems contributing to the country's violence. According to Professor Donna Hope and industry insiders, if vybz Kartel wins his appeal, his concert is expected to break records and become the biggest in Jamaica concert history. Experts believe that the magnitude of his fan base would be too vast to accommodate in a single show. Will that day ever arrive?